All right, these fights have gone pretty quick, had a lot of controversy so far. Let's see what happens in this next one. This is another interesting fight. First out of the blue corner, Eduardo Peralta out of Dodge City, Kansas. Actually, Liberal, Kansas under David Ryan, another one of the guys from that camp. 4-1-1, fighting 5-0 Malik Lewis.
Man, it's going to be a tough fight. Eduardo, a freestyle fighter. As you said, another guy from Kansas. Malik Lewis has good boxing. He's out of Genesis. He has good wrestling, so it's going to be a tough fight.
Yeah.
And this is our first pro bout, correct?
No, this is an amateur fight.
Oh,
this is
okay.
This is the main amateur fight.
Okay.
Yeah, they had it wrong on the bout sheet.
Yeah.
Yeah, so this is interesting. Eduardo supposedly is pretty well-rounded, but Malik, one of the things he's done recently is moved to Genesis to train down there with the likes of Montana De La Rosa, Mark De La Rosa, under Doug Fry down there, Jinyu Fry, also Invicta champ. So, and a lot of the girls like Julia Villa, and a lot of them, Sarah Alpar, to cross-train down there. Christina Williams from Bellator cross-train. So Malik's got a heck of a camp behind him. But Eduardo, same thing. He's got an opportunity to shine here against the guy that clearly is the favorite that's going to come out next.
Well, it's going to be a tough fight, and we got Eduardo about to enter the cage. And here we go, Eduardo.
Yep, and Eduardo stepping in the cage here, and Malik also has quite a size advantage. They're the same weight, but honestly, Eduardo looks to me like he could be a 45er.
Yeah, he does. He does look like he could be a 45er.
And here comes Malik. I'm not sure what the song you picked is. You know what this is?
I don't know.
No?
Some Celine Dion? I don't know.
I don't think Malik would pick that.
We did see some Lion King earlier,
yeah.
so.
But so Malik is another, just like Kate Smith before him, another Team TKO fighter. So he just also recently signed with the organization, and this is his first fight under the Team TKO banner.
Nice. Let's see what we get from Malik Lewis. He's 4-0. He's an undefeated fighter.
5-0, yep.
5-0, so undefeated fighter, and against a guy that also has a great record in 4-1. You know, for amateurs, this is a great fight. This definitely could be a competitive fight, and you know, within 2 or 3 fights, this could mean both of them going pro. So this is definitely a great test for them.
Yeah, absolutely. And honestly, like Malik, you know, he's fought for us before. He's had some impressive performances. He was the former amateur 155 champ. He is a very tough character. He is, I don't know if you were at the fights when he knocked Dale Bean out unconscious, but it was a ring MMA, and he threw a big right and just put him to sleep.
Wow.
The kid's devastating.
And here comes Malik Lewis out of Texas, training with a lot of good training partners, looking to become 6-0. And as I said, that's very close to becoming a pro. So these last few fights before you turn pro are very important to test yourself before you go and test yourself with the pros and see if you got what it takes and see if you're ready to turn pro.
Yeah, absolutely. And it was like one of those things that Malik, we were talking, and he was thinking that this could be one of his last amateur bouts. Now, of course, that's up to the coaches, and he's one of those very coachable athletes that understands that even if that's what he wants, he's not necessarily going to do that. But this is a good test. This is a 4-1-1 opponent in front of him, and you know, if he takes care of business here, he's very close.
Yeah, the point is that he is close. He's coming to that point where he's going to make that decision. Or him and his team are going to make that decision very, very soon, probably within the year. You know, so this is going to be a fight that he needs to show the skills and to show that he has the talent to be able to move into a pro, the pro ratings.
Yeah, absolutely. And Malik trains with a lot of high-level pros, so I really think he is that type of talent that he could be there, but again,
we'll see.
Time will tell. Malik is in the cage, and let's take it to Gerald Whalen.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the 7th bout of this evening. This is an amateur bout scheduled for 3 3-minute rounds in the lightweight division. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner. He weighed in at an official 157 pounds. His amateur record stands at 4 wins with 1 defeat and 1 draw. From Dodge City, Kansas, ladies and gentlemen, Eduardo Peralta. And his opponent standing across the cage, fighting out of the red corner. He weighed in at an official 155 pounds. His amateur record, a perfect one, 5 wins with no defeats. From Tuscaloosa, Texas, ladies and gentlemen, Malik Lewis.
All right, here we go. Main amateur fight. Anthony Macias, the referee. Peralta out of the blue corner, Malik Lewis out of the red corner. Here we go. Touch gloves.
And can the finishes keep going is a question here. It's been exciting all night.
Malik throwing that jab out there, testing the distance.
And you're right on the size difference here.
Yeah, Malik looks like a welterweight more than he does a lightweight.
Eduardo definitely looks like he could definitely move down a little bit.
Big head kick, caught him on the mouth. I don't think it did too much damage. Wasn't slush, but
Eduardo acknowledged it, that's for sure.
Eduardo pushing him in the cage, looking for the takedown. Got a single leg, trying to dig deep on it here. Now his back is against the cage as Malik is turning him around.
Eduardo's gonna try
Good
to drag
hips
him
and good
down.
Strength. Malik looking like he's doing a good job defending so far. A knee to the leg.
Eduardo's going to look to try to trap that leg and try to take him down.
Malik trying to use his strength, and he does, and he turns him into the cage. Now Eduardo right back to the same thing, and Malik and
reverses
Eduardo
it.
go back and forth. Malik looking to control him here, trying to separate a little bit to do some damage. Gets an underhook, and now he's got both underhooks as he's trying to clasp his hands and work for his own takedown, and he gets it to the ground. Great side-to-side movement to get him down there after he got him off balance.
Eduardo trying to hold on to that arm, but what he needs to do is let go of that arm and start working to get up and create a scramble and get his back against the cage, just be able to start scooting his back up against the cage. Malik's going to look to just rest here until Eduardo's able to let go of those arms, and then he'll start working to try to get full mount.
Yep, and Eduardo really doesn't look like he's active. Same thing, holding on, and then now he lets go. Was using that leg to try to stop Malik from passing. But Malik's stretching him out here.
Malik squeezing, trying to get that control.
Now he's got both legs under. Is he trying to squeeze his chin into the mat here and trying to make him uncomfortable, isn't he?
Now he got it, yep. And now he has a full side control. But yeah, you definitely putting pressure on the head will definitely make you forget about other things, and you're able to pass guard a little easier. You're able to work a little easier. Make him worry about one thing and then do another.
Exactly, and Malik looking to pass, but again, Eduardo using that right leg to block him from passing. Doing a good job with that, but he's not active enough. He continues to hang on here. That and plus the size and strength of Malik, I'm sure makes it very difficult when the guy is chest to chest on you like that from the side.
And Malik's doing a good job of putting that pressure on him.
Absolutely.
And not forcing things. He's controlling them. He's making Eduardo work for it.
Yeah,
and it will make him tired.
There he is. Now he's full mount. We've seen a lot of full mounts today.
Yeah, we have, and he did the right thing, is look and waited patiently to look for that opening, and he saw the opening and took advantage of it. And now we have Malik in a great position. He's going to try to look to push his head down to be able to let go of those arms and let go of some hands, but we have less than 5 seconds now.
And Malik has a lot of power, but he's got to separate to use it, and he hit him with a big punch, but he helps him up as the round ends, and they go to their corners.
Yeah, helps him up, and he's going to look to put him down in the second round. Let me tell you, man, Eduardo's looking tired right now.
Yeah, and I mean, a big guy like that pressing on him and laying on him and just doing everything he's doing to try to break his will and his spirit, it's got to be daunting.
He's very tired.
Yeah.
We'll see if he can adapt. We saw last time, the fighter got dominated, and he came back and was able to win with that nice uppercut. So
yeah, exactly.
Can he adjust is the question.
I was about to ask you, what kind of adjustments does he need to make here in order to make the comeback that he needs to?
The same thing. It looked like Eduardo was putting the pressure on Malik at first, but it countered on him, and now he needs to be able to move his feet. I don't know how his striking is, so I don't know what he could be able to do here. Oh, nice overhand
he
right.
hit him with an overhand right. Malik took it in stride, though. It didn't look like it even phased him.
It didn't look like it at all.
Malik continues to press the action here, looking to put him in the corner, dictating the pace. Eduardo circling.
Eduardo's going to be looking for that overhand right again. You can tell he's loading up on that right hand.
And at this point, honestly, it looks like everywhere else he's not been able to be successful except that position. So hopefully he doesn't start to telegraph it, though, because then he could lose that ability to, I guess, surprise him with that right hand as well.
Yeah, exactly. And Malik seems like he has good reaction, so he has to, Eduardo has to be careful on throwing that overhand right. He can miss and then get caught with an uppercut, as we saw in some earlier fights.
He does, and one thing about Eduardo, he looked a little more tired coming out for this round, but he looks like he's starting to get his composure back a little bit, but at the same time, he's also not really pressing any action. He's counter-striking, and he's looking timid.
The way Eduardo's standing kind of sideways, Malik has a great opening for the leg kicks, and I think he should definitely work those a lot more because he's not going to be worried about getting taken down, that's for sure.
Yep. And Eduardo, I mean, for a guy that big with a lot of reach and a lot of strength and being overmatched, he's still in the fight. He looks good. He's just, it looks like he's lost confidence. He's not sure really where to attack.
Yeah.
And Malik with big leg kick.
It seems like it's very hard to close the distance.
Absolutely.
Especially with the reach difference, size difference here.
Yep.
So he does look a little lost, trying to figure out exactly what to do against Malik.
Exactly. Oh, and he hit Malik with a big punch. You could see the spit flying with that punch. Eduardo with a great counter.
Wow.
But those leg kicks are eating him up.
Yeah, he needs to be careful on those legs. He needs to set his stance a little bit more wider.
And there's Eduardo pushing the pace, trying to get inside, but Malik shrugs it off, and they're back in the center of the octagon.
Those leg kicks from Malik are wide open. He needs to throw them a lot more.
Oh, head kick. It was slow, and it wasn't a lot of power, so he took it pretty easily, but he was there.
Oh,
he dropped Malik.
Oh.
Eduardo Peralta dropped Malik Lewis.
Right hand.
But Malik shucks him off, gets inside control. He's composed, and he looks like he has his position back. Eduardo is trying to get that guillotine. He's trying to sink under for a guillotine. It doesn't look like he has it. It might be under the chin. Malik's staying composed.
He's definitely cranking the neck.
But now he's got both hands. No, he lost one. Malik's defending.
He needs to
prying
use
his
this to get
hands
up.
out, and did a great job to get out of that bad position.
What a punch by Eduardo. Definitely changed the momentum of the fight, but Malik has control again now.
Yep, he's got that side control position, or not side control, I'm sorry, half guard position from the top. They're both tied up right now, trying to find distance to do something, but there's only 10 seconds left in the round.
What a round.
Yeah, and do you think Eduardo Peralta did enough to come back and win that round?
That's the question, man. Again, these fights lately has been pretty hard to judge round to round.
And guess what?
And then they come out and turn and overturn what we think.
Yeah.
I mean, as soon as we were saying it's hard to figure out what Malik is doing for Eduardo, Eduardo lands a beautiful punch and knocks him down. So these fights have been amazing.
And guess what? First fight tonight in the third round.
Yeah, exactly.
So, and then Malik just looked at me and gave me a nod. It looks like he's okay. I think he shook his cobwebs out. What was impressive about that is he did get dropped. He did get swarmed. He didn't lose composure. He showed that ability to be under pressure, and, he goes hard in practice. He's got the guys around him, and I'm sure he's ready for this. But, man, hats off to Eduardo because he was getting dominated in that first round, and then he came back, and not sure if he did enough to win or not, but he made it a good round.
Well, we'll see if he takes that second round, the confidence from that second round, and adjusts for this third round.
Yeah, this is interesting.
It could definitely be 1-1 right now.
Exactly. Though whoever really puts it on here and leaves an impression with the judges could steal this fight.
And it just took one punch to change the momentum of this fight.
Absolutely.
Now Malik's definitely a little more cautious.
Yep, he's looking, got his eyes open, timing him, doing a good job moving, just trying to not make mistakes. Good leg kick by Peralta, returning what Malik's been doing to him all fight.
And I think Malik needs to throw his combinations and finish with the leg kicks.
Yep, now you could definitely tell him was a little more timid. He knows he's in a fight here. Eduardo hit him. He hit him hard. He dropped
He definitely earned his respect now with the hands.
Yep, now an inside leg kick. Not too flush, but he got it in there. Another big overhand almost lands, but Malik gets just out of the way.
Man, he's so hard, he turned all the way around.
Yeah. Impressive heart, impressive little return here by Peralta. It's like he got a second win.
Yeah. He was looking very, very tired at the end of the first round. I mean, I was looking at his corner. I could tell his face, and it did not look like his confidence was there. But now his confidence is back.
Exactly. Well, and if you remember, he came out of that round, and we're like, oh, he's tired. But remember, like a minute in, I'm like, it looks like he's lost that.
Yeah.
Like, it looks like he's kind of in the fight again. And since then, he's looked pretty good. Both guys are definitely cautious here. They know what each other can do. They know the power they both possess, and just really looking to be technical.
They've both been in bad positions, and now they're both being careful.
Yep. And
Anthony
now
Macias is definitely encouraging him to make something happen here.
Yep, definitely a lack of action here in the third round. So.
And I can understand, you know, being a fighter in there, when you get caught with something, you're obviously a little more cautious. It's easier said than done. But now Malik with a beautiful takedown.
Eduardo trying to get out, but Malik's controlling him. Eduardo charged in, I think recklessly, and Malik scooped him and turned him sideways and slammed him to the ground.
And this is what Malik needed to really get this round and be able to pull off this fight, because you never want to leave it to the judges. Second round was iffy. Malik controlled it better, but again, Eduardo landed that beautiful punch. Now, you don't want to leave that to the judges, because that can go either way. So now Malik has the control, and he's able to finish this fight if he finishes here.
Yep, and Eduardo, it looks like he was trying to get his hand out to get some position there. It almost looked like he was trying to signal to the referee that he was all right, which kind of confused me for a second. It was really strange. Malik
he's going with, I think he's going for a Von Flue choke. He was. It looked like it. Yep. That's why Eduardo was arching his back like that, because he's having that pressure on his neck. But he did let go of it, but he is still putting pressure on him.
Yep, and the crowd's getting restless here. I guess they don't like that, you know, there's a grappling exchange, but I think a lot of times the crowd quite doesn't understand what it takes to get in here and take a big punch, to be in a war like this and, you know, dominating a fight, and then all of a sudden that changes. Like, change your mindset. We got 10 seconds left in this fight. Malik's trying to go for it here at the end. Eduardo's hanging on.
Eduardo's trying. You know, Eduardo's
trying. And Malik throwing big Donkey Kong punches at the end of the fight. I believe he sealed this fight.
Yeah, I believe he sealed this fight. Great heart, great fight. Great back and forth.
I think it was a good fight.
I'm not really
sure. There was maybe a minute and a half where they were kind of feeling each other out in this round, but I'm not so sure that warranted any boots.
No.
So, yeah, I mean, what do you think? Do you think 3-0, 2-1? What's your prediction?
Either way, I think Malik could definitely, won. The second round can go either way, but I think Malik controlled him enough to be able to take it. I don't think
I agree.
it's enough to be able to just land one punch and then lose control, lose control. So if he would have landed that punch and got the control and finished on top, then I would have, gave it to him. But I think Malik got this easily.
Yep, and if anything, I mean, honestly, I think that it's a good learning experience for both guys, because Malik, for the first time, was in a fight. I mean, the guy really tested him. Actually, Emilio Gatewood tested him. That was a great fight. It went the distance. But this one seemed like Malik was in adversity, is what I mean, and he hasn't been that way before.
Well, anytime you get rocked, it's adversity. So
absolutely.
Let's take it to Gerald Whalen.